Okay, hey everybody. Hello. Welcome. I am Vorm, and we're gonna play some Dune Imperium Digital Edition. Gotta get settled. Been a little while. I've been scrambling to get some stuff done. Okay, so I'm not wearing the headphones, and I have a window open over there, and it looks like somebody's gonna do some roofing in the area. So if I don't notice and you guys are hearing stuff, let me know, and we'll make some adjustments. Hopefully they're just offloading shingles and they'll roof, I don't know, tomorrow. Yeah, just went through that myself a couple weeks ago. So what are we doing here? We are playing this game right here. Yeah, Dune Imperium Digital Edition. We are brand new to the game. The royal we, as in me, Mr. Vormithrax. So this falls more under the board game side of the channel's content. It is the digital edition, so, you know, it's technically a computer game, but it straddles that line pretty hard in which section I would put it in. So I threw it into both. It's in the board gaming playlist and in its own playlist. But this is a direct digital adaptation of the very well regarded and highly ranked Dune Imperium tabletop board game. I have played the tutorial. I have played 3 games offline just so I could have some idea of what's going on and hopefully be able to explain things a bit while we play. So far, I'm 2-1, 2 victories, 1 close loss, but I'm starting to get the feeling that it's always close. It just seems to be balanced in a way where the end comes quickly, and everybody tends to be pretty close to being able to win, at least in every game I've seen and the games I've played. So, yeah. A fair bit of random involved in regards to timing of a few things. There's no dice rolling. It's pretty deterministic in most of its gameplay. It's kind of a worker placement game. It's totally a worker placement game. Resource management worker placement, but very good setting, very, very slick interface, and gameplay presentation, great artwork, all that good stuff. So I am not an expert at the game. Like I said, just played a few, so hopefully we don't start a tremendous, horrifying string of humiliating losses, which is usually what happens as soon as I go live and start playing instead of playing offline. But yeah, so I really do enjoy the game and admire its implementation. So hopefully you guys will have some fun watching me play some Dune Imperium. So here we go. Let's hit solo play. We're going to do versus AI for a while. At some point, I'll hopefully, if you guys are still interested in watching me play Dune Imperium, jump into some live human-on-human matches, or maybe I can talk some of the friends of the channel, the board members, into, you know, playing a match amongst friends. That would be fun. That'd be cool. We'll see if we can arrange that if there's interest. So, you know, let me know in the Discord if you guys would like to play a game against me in Dune Imperium. So we're going to do versus AI. There's other modes. You can do challenges, of which there's, I don't know how many actually. This does scroll. So it looks like there's quite a few challenges. Changes the rules up a bit in each challenge. So different special options, abilities, or changing of values of certain things. We're not going to get into that stuff right now. And there's also a season skirmish games where the rules also change, and you play basically ranked games. You get points for your first 3 attempts, and you get put up on a leaderboard type thing. We're staying away from that. I need to get a bunch more games under my belt before I feel comfortable doing that stuff. I'm still at the stage of making sure I can identify all of the iconography and keeping track of what's going on. So once we get beyond that and I can actually start keeping an eye on the AI and what they're doing and adapt my play to them, then we'll be a little more. Oh, crap. Now we got a backup beeper going off. 1 second. I'm going to have to close this window. Or not? You guys are going to have to let me know if that stuff's coming through too much. All right. Versus AI. So what do we got a choice here? I'm going to play against the 4 full players. I think that's all you can do in the digital edition. I think expansions allow up to 6, or alternate game modes in the board game version allow 6, but 4 is the most I can choose. So me and 3 will be red. Red's fine. We're going to take normal AI. That's what I've been playing against. We have Hagal, which changes how things play a bit. I haven't tried this yet. I don't really know what it's about. So yeah, we're going to go a normal AI type. We've got easy, medium, and hard for difficulty. I don't actually know what that changes. It doesn't mention it in pop-ups or anything, and I haven't looked it up. But I've been playing on medium. We're going to stick with that for now. It seemed to provide an adequate challenge. And then leader selection, we're going to use the draft method. Players take turns drafting from a pool of 6 random leaders. So 6 random leaders will be drawn, and then the players will be randomly assigned in order, numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll pick our leaders, and the reverse order that leaders are picked is going to be the starting turn order. So if you pick first for your leader, you're going to go last in the turn order, and vice versa. So that's how that works. There's also random, standard, and draft is what we'll be using. All right, let's create game. Head on in. Okay, choose your leader. So we are player 1. We're the last chooser. Why do I only see 3? What the hell? How did I manage to turn off one of the AI? I had that happen one other time. I could have sworn I chose 4. How did that get closed? I don't remember clicking on it to close it. Did it say close when I hit create game? Maybe I accidentally clicked on it. Alright, however, everything else is the same. Let's try this again. And we got first player, too. This time we're player 3. So we're second to choose our leader, and we're going to be third in the play order during the start of the gameplay. Alright, so we got a bunch of leaders here. This is not a how to play video. I will give an overview of what's going on for folks that have never seen the game before. I can do that much, but I'm not going to get down into the weeds and explain all the nitty-gritty stuff during the play. So in this phase, we're just picking leaders. The most important thing is they have a special ability attached to their signet ring card. So for Paul Atreides here, when he uses a signet ring card, he gets to draw a card from his deck into his hand. Some of them are a little harder to kind of grok and get advantages with, but they all have different abilities. So this one's a Spice Horde. So Earl Memnon Thorvald gets this is a spice token or a spice indicator, spice melange. So then we've got Prudent Diplomacy for Duke Leto. You can spend a spice to gain 1 influence with a faction where an opponent has more influence than you. Manipulate. Remove and replace a card in the Imperium row. During your reveal turn this round, you may acquire the removed card for 1 less. Basically, she gets to reserve a card from a row on the right over here. It's actually a column on the right when you're in the gameplay portion. She gets to reserve it so nobody else can grab it out from under her and pay 1 less for it. The Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, is a schemer. So for 1 Solari, that's the money, you can draw an intrigue card, which has variable effects. Some helps in combat, some have other effects. It's a deck of cards you choose from. And then finally, Countess Adriana Torvald, Spice Addict. Whenever you harvest spice, gain 1 less and draw a card. So you get less spice, but you get to draw a card each time you harvest. That one's a little weird. I mean, most of the rest of them, they're just pure benefits. This one's more of a purchase. And I don't know if 1 spice is worth a draw of a card, so I'm not really sure. I think this ability is a little more powerful to make up for this. This is almost more of a negative, but this is pretty powerful. Water is really hard to come by on Arrakis, so it's important to have water so you can get spice, and you'll see what happens in the gameplay. So I think that's what this is. I think this is kind of a slight lessening of the leader's abilities to compensate for a pretty powerful signet ring ability. All right, so we're going to play. Who are we going to play? Who do I want to play? No, they're fixed. The leaders are always the same. I don't know how many leaders there are in the pool, actually. I think there's only like 8, maybe 10. I can't remember. But it picks 6 random ones, but they're always exactly the same. So you get goofy things because it's a board game where, I mean, Paul and Duke Leto are actually going to be fighting against each other. Or while you're playing the game, Baron will hire Lady Jessica or Chani to work for him. So you get that kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's a thematic overlay on board game mechanics. So, I mean, it can't hold to the actual storyline. I don't think any board game of this type would be able to. So, you know, get over it. Don't bother complaining about it. It's a thing. It's acknowledged. Oh well, it's a board game. Let's play. So I've played Paul. I've played the Baron. I've played her, which I did not enjoy. I really wasn't able to. No, I played. I played her. I didn't use her well enough. That's the trick. You got to really lean into their abilities, because the game is only going to go about, I think, roughly 10 rounds at most. And so things happen fast when you get to like round 5 or 6. Things start snowballing, and it can get over fairly quickly if somebody gets out ahead. So you've got a limited amount of time that you're going to be able to use abilities like this. So if you're not using them early and correctly, you can really hamstring yourself. I'm going to go with a fairly easy one. Let's just go with Paul for this first one. We'll play Paul. So very simple. When I use the Signet Ring card, I draw a card into my hand. So has a pretty significant benefit, but it's simple to deal with and plan around. So that's who we'll go with. And most people are familiar with Paul. All right, here we go. Behold the majesty of the Dune Imperium board. So here we go. Every turn, the game is going to draw a conflict card from a deck. And the conflict deck actually changes as the rounds progress. So later rounds are going to have much more powerful conflicts. I'm just going to talk in general while these other guys take their turns. Here we go. Now it's our turn. All right, there's no timer for the turns here in solo mode, so unlike if I was playing against humans. My head is slightly covering up one of the cards. Oops, that's not the right button. Let me shrink my big noggin just a little bit. Move it over slightly. All right. So this little section. Oh crap! You guys can't see my mouse. There we go. This little section here is a payment, 1 water. That's really the only thing I was covering up. Okay. Is this based on another board game, or it's plain new? No, this is an exact digital recreation of the Dune Imperium tabletop board game. It's not its own computerized creation. It is an exact duplicate of the tabletop board game. A very well done one, too. It's probably one of the best board game adaptions I've seen. And I've looked at quite a few. But yeah, this is straight up pure 100% the tabletop game. I don't know if there's any actual differences. I mean, some of the adaptions, they have to make adjustments when they bring it over to the computer side. I'm not sure. I haven't done any deep diving in the history of the implementation. I couldn't tell you if they had to change anything between the two. My understanding is it's pretty faithful. Okay, let's talk. So this section is going to be a little long and windy for me explaining what you're looking at if you've never seen this before. The overall goal of the game, the straight-up goal, is to achieve 10 victory points or more within the turn limit. The first person to get to 10 or exceed it and have the highest number of victory points at the end of that round is the winner. If people tie, because the round will continue until everybody's taken their turns and done all their things, then it does a final tally. But the turn that anybody hits 10 or goes higher than that is going to be the final round. So if there's a tie, and it's not too uncommon for there to be a tie, then there's certain things that it checks to break the tiebreaker or make a tiebreaker. So this little symbol here is the victory point symbol, this little golden globe looking thing. So you'll see everybody starts with 1. And there are a number of ways to achieve those victory points. The symbol is recreated here 4 times. This is the political track right here. We have the Fremen, we have the Bene Gesserit, we have the Spacer Guild, and we have the Emperor. So 4 different political tracks, and there is a victory point available on each. Another way is over here. The symbol is showing right there. The Spice Must Flow card. So this is a card you can purchase at the end of a round with influence. The influence number is that blue number in the upper right. So it's a very expensive card, costs 9 influence, but each time you can purchase it, you gain a victory point. It also puts a card in your hand that gives you a spice if you continue, if you have the card during continued play. But that's another way to get victory points. And then the conflict card here that just got drawn. If you are first place in this conflict at the end of the round, you get a victory point. Second place gets a water. Third place gets a spice. So a number of ways to get victory points. Those are the obvious ones that are actually shown on the board. Then there's some hidden ways to get victory points via intrigue cards and a few other things. But the biggest ways you're going to get them generally are advancing on the political tracks to try to secure those victory points, getting the Spice Must Flow card through influence, or by winning a bunch of these conflicts. And every round, a conflict card is going to be drawn. We're all going to do our maneuvering for that round, and then the conflict will occur, and whoever wins gets that one. Now, the conflicts are randomized. It's a deck of cards it gets drawn from, and as the rounds progress, around, I don't know the exact round it happens, but around 5 or 6, the conflict cards start getting serious, and you'll get conflicts that award like 2 victory points. And the second and third place are going to be a lot more resources. So that's where the snowball effect occurs, is everybody's kind of jockeying for position, trying to get influence, trying to increase or improve the cards that are in their deck, trying to move up the political tracks, and then a whole bunch of fighting starts happening, and you can actually win the game without doing the conflicts. It is possible. I usually aim to try to get 1 or 2 of the conflicts won once they switch over to the more valuable ones a little bit later, and that plus a few of these plus one of these will usually push me over the limit. All right, but let's talk about the interface real quick. So we have all the players listed here. Information wise, I mean, you have the portrait, and you can click on that to get an information screen about them, and if you don't happen to know it all by heart and so on. Oops. But this little symbol here is very important. This is the first player symbol, so it's going to rotate. It plays from top down. This is going to be the first player this round, so that player played one of their agents, then them, and now it's to me. Then it'll pass to Ariana, and then this first player token will move down to Helena for the next round. So it's just going to rotate who gets to go first using that little token to indicate the first player. It's important to know where you're at in the turn order, because it's a worker placement game that locks out positions. If somebody goes somewhere, you're not allowed to go there after they have. Generally, there are some exceptions to that kind of thing. So you've got the information screen here. It's showing their victory points. It shows their agents. This is basically how many actions they have during a round. You use an agent to perform an action. So, for example, Earl Memnon Thorvald used his first one as he was the first player, and he placed his right here. He went to the Fremen location, the Still Suit location, and earned himself 1 water. So it increased his water from 1 to 2. And it also increased his political track up 1 notch. So if he goes up 1 more notch, he'll get one of these victory points. And this is representing the 4 players as we race up the track. It is important to be ahead of the others. There are reasons why you want to get to this stage, which is an alliance stage, and then stay ahead of anybody else on that. I'm not going to get into the details at the moment. Then you can see their spice, their solari, which is money, water, their intrigue cards. You know how many they have, but you don't have any idea which ones they have, and then how many cards they have in their hand. So that's what the information flow there is. And then it's currently my turn. It's waiting for me to do my thing. This section, like I talked about, is the political tracking screen. So this section tracks all the players' progress up this little track, this little tree here. So this is influence, and you want to go as high as you can, as fast as you can in the 4 different categories. There's reasons why you might focus on one or another, depending on which leader you're running and circumstances during gameplay. But each of the sections has 2 different locations that can be visited. This symbol indicates what kind of card symbol you need. If you'll notice, my diplomacy card has all 4 of those symbols on it. I'm kind of wandering here, but this is how you can decide where to send your agents. You have to have a symbol appropriate for the space you're going to, so you play a card to that location. So this card, for example, only has that little green symbol in the corner right here, this symbol. So if I play this card, I can only play it up to these types of locations. Whereas this card, I can play anywhere I want because it has all 4 of these, but none of these. So that's kind of how the system works. You have 2 agents. You have to play a card appropriate for where you want to go in order for the agent to go there and get you the benefit of that location. So yeah, so there's 2 things for each of these, and there's a lot of symbols. It takes a little while to kind of grok everything that you're looking at. I'll just kind of point at a bunch of them just to kind of mention what they are. So these are, excuse me, these are recruits. These are the warriors you're going to use in the skirmishes that you're going to fight. These are intrigue cards. This means to get rid of a card from your deck, basically slimming your deck down, getting rid of older, less powerful cards so that you're more likely to draw better, newer cards. And then this symbol is to draw cards up into your hand. So if I sent my character here, I would have to pay 2 spice. That's what this indicator is. Pay a water, pay a spice, pay 6 spice. But I would get to slim my deck by getting rid of an old card, and then I would draw 2 new cards into my hand. That's the fold space card. Notice all those symbols along the left. That's a go anywhere I want to go card. So basically, if this person, the blue one, sent their character here, their agent, to draw a fold space card, that's going to allow them to go any damn where they want to go when they play that card. This one is the other spacer card, so spend 6 spice, you get 5 recruits and 2 water, so basically you're hiring the spacing guild to send in a super freighter filled with mercenaries and water. So very powerful, but also very expensive. You got to spend 6 spice in order to get that delivery. 2 Solari, this is wealth. The Emperor, being proximate to the Emperor, is getting you influential wealth, you know, bribes, essentially. Economic opportunities. And then an even better one, you have to pay 4 spice, but you get 5 Solari, 2 recruits, and an intrigue card as a nice package. So that's all the political stuff and why you would want to send an agent to each one. You both raise your political standing going up the track, as well as getting whatever the benefit of the location is. Over here, we have the planetary stuff. So this is Arrakis, and there's green, blue, and orange. So, or yeah, gold. So we've got gold ones, we've got blue ones, and we've got green ones. And that's, again, going to correspond to these little symbols. So gold triangle, the green symbol. I don't have a blue one on my card list right now. But they all do different things. There's reasons to go there. Symbology is the same. This is draw 3 cards. This is get a recruit and an intrigue card. This is get 2 spice, get 3 spice, get 1 spice. Anytime you see things under the symbols, that always means you have to pay that in order to get the benefit. So pay 2 water in order to go to the Great Flat and collect the most spice. This little worm symbol basically is a bonus amount of spice when a turn ends and nobody has gone there. So if nobody goes to this location this turn, next turn they're going to add 1 more spice, so there'll be 4 total. If again nobody goes there in a turn, it'll go up again. It'll be 5 spice available. So anytime there's that worm symbol and a location is not visited by one of the character's agents, it's going to increase. That's all I'm going to explain about there. So just a bunch of different locations. There's a couple of special ones we'll talk about when we get to playing. This is the marketplace over here. And these 2 cards are always available. There's multiple copies, so I can draw off 3 different Arrakis liaisons if I want in a round. These, when you buy it, it gets replaced by a card drawn from a deck. So big deck of cards, a lot of different things. Funny things will happen, like I said, where you've got Lady Jessica shows up and she goes to work for the Baron Harkonnen, but yeah, board game stuff. We'll get into this later. The skirmish screen, basically you commit these recruits, these garrison troops that you earn through these types of positions where you get these gray cubes. That's your garrison troops. And then depending on where you go on the board, these little cross sword symbols indicate that you can commit troops from your garrison into the conflict. So you can only do that by having an agent visit one of these cross sword. All of the actual Arrakis locations have them. That one has it. That one has it. But that's the requirement. You have to actually send an agent to a location with one of those, and then you can commit a certain number of troops into the conflict. So you'll see this when we actually get to the combat phase. You have your hand of cards, and the important thing to know here in the card setups is that this card, for example, I can either use the top section of the card, which I can't point at while I'm highlighting. Yeah, I can't keep it highlighted, but it's got the little gold triangle symbol indicating a location I can play it on for my agent. But the bottom is the influence that it generates. So there's a very, very important mechanic at play where you can either use these cards for your agents to go to the board spaces to get the advantages, or you can hold them for the bottom ability, which is the influence generation. any cards you have left in your hand when the turn ends, you go to a reveal phase, it adds up those influence numbers that are shown at the bottom, and that's the purchasing power you have in the marketplace. So the last thing that happens, second to the last thing that happens in a round, is you go to the marketplace and you purchase these cards. So you'll see it happen, and I'll talk more about it later. But you've got to make decisions on whether it's more valuable for your position to play a card into the board or to hold it for its influence generation so you can buy these cards. This marketplace, these are actual cards that are going to go into your deck so that you'll beef up the number of cards you have and increase their power. And then you can get rid of low power cards like daggers and Dune to the Desert Planet when you have more powerful cards that you want to cycle through faster in traditional card game format. All right, that's enough. Like I said, that was a lot of stuff, a lot of talking. That gets you at least familiar enough with what's going on. So I have to make some decisions here. So a classic opening, from what I understand of the gameplay, is to go here, which the green person did. They were the first player, so they chose to take the classic opening of going here with their agent, securing a water, which brings them to a total of 2. His next move, now that he has that, is probably going to be go to here with his second agent to secure the 3 spice. And then the next round, he's going to go here and sell the 3 spice for 8 Solari. And then with his other next action, he's going to go here, and he's going to spend that 8 Solari to get a Swordmaster. And we'll talk about that later. That basically secures a new agent, so he'll have 3 agents instead of 2 agents. He'll get to take 3 actions in a turn instead of 2. That's kind of a classic opening. Go here for the water, go here for the spice, sell the spice, get your Swordmaster as early as possible. So if it all goes well and nobody blocks him or intercepts him on any of these, then he'll have his Swordmaster at the end of turn 2. And then from then forward, actually he'll get to use the Swordmaster that turn. So he'll have 2 actions on the first turn, 3 actions from then forward. So we'll see if it actually happens. So I have to take another route. I don't have that open to me. So we are playing Paul. Again, our special ability is if I use the Signet Ring card, I get to draw a card. The Signet Ring I did not get in my starting hand, so there's the Signet Ring. These are the other cards that I start with. Seek Allies, Reconnaissance, Dune, and Convincing Argument. So we got some green, we got the yellow, we got Diplomacy, and we got Convincing Argument. We got to kind of pick a path. And this is where I understand the mechanics and I can play my own focus, but it's harder for me to yet get a handle on what the other players are doing and make decisions on their status and what I think they're going to do. So I can keep my head down and just pay attention to my stuff on a turn-by-turn basis and take advantage of the opportunities I see for me. But I haven't yet gotten good enough and just naturally understanding enough of what's happening and the patterns to glance and keep track of what the other guys are doing and to know, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He's going for this classic opening. Is there any way I can block him by going here first, for example? Because I could screw with him because I know he's going to do this and then this. And next turn, she's going to go first. He's going to go last. So if I, for example, go here this turn because I have 1 water, I could then next turn, since I'll go before him, make sure I go here first. He won't have access to it, and that'll push his attempt to get a Swordmaster out another round. And I'll get 6. I'll get 6 spice for my, or 6 Solari for myself. So if I go here, for example, and here, I can commit some troops to the conflict. I can get 3 Solari here, 6 Solari next round, and then I can get the Swordmaster. Possibly. So a lot of timing stuff, and I'm still learning that kind of stuff. So do I want to go for that, or do I want to try to pursue the political track, because that uses one of my agents to go over here? What shall we do? So I would love to keep this. I have no use for this card except for its influence. It has no other function, so I can't do anything with this except for the 2 influence it's going to generate. And the green card, the only one I could go for right now would be that one for a troop and a single point of influence. So that would give me 2. If I used, I'd get 4 influence total, which currently I could get like the Smuggler's Thopter card added to my deck. I'm not too terribly excited about that. I wouldn't mind getting Piter. Or a sister. A sister would be cool at 3. But we can get that just by keeping this, and I'd have to keep the diplomacy card. Yeah, let's go light on diplomacy this round. Let's go ahead and follow that plan. Let's do... all right, unselect or unhighlight. I can't get it to... Oh, there we go. Weird. It was acting all sorts of odd. We're going to go ahead and go here. So we're going to spend a water. I only have one, and we're going to gain the 2 spice. And then we're going to get an option, because it's a cross sword, to deploy troops. I have 3 to start. There's a victory point at stake. I wouldn't mind getting second place if somebody feels like outbidding me here, but I'm going to go ahead and commit 1 troop to the fight. We're going to go here next, where I won't be able to commit anymore, so I pretty much have to decide my level of commitment right now. So he's already in for 2. Each of these cubes that get committed are worth 2 strength, 2 combat strength. And then there's going to be modifications beyond just the raw troop values based on intrigue cards that players may have. Right now there's no intrigue cards in play, so we can just count the raw numbers. If there's a tie, you drop down a category, and then they share the next category down. So for example, if one person overwhelmingly gets first, but 2 people tie for second, then neither gets the second place reward. They each get the third place reward. So, and I can only put 2 in currently for reasons. You're only allowed to put 2 in plus whatever you might have recruited that round. So had I gone here, I could put 3 in. The 2 base plus the 1 I recruited. So I can push that guy into a tie. He'd be forced to send in more troops, which means he'd have to go to one of the cross sword locations. I think I'm just going to go with 1. Let's see if we can eke out a second or third place cheap. I don't mind him getting 1 victory point early, and I'd like to conserve my my troops. So we'll just do that, and we'll hit end turn. So really, the turns go fast when I'm not explaining everything. Because you only have one thing to do, usually. You're just deciding where to place 1 card / 1 available agent. Alright, so they took the other spice option there. She went up and grabbed the Solari. Back to my turn again. So, where'd the green one go? Oh, the green one went and got the single spice. So. Alright. Why did you not? Why the hell did you do that? He must have a plan for the 2 water. I'm not sure why he didn't go here. The classic is go there, go there. Maybe he sees it coming, that he's not going to get to go here. So the difference between these 3, other than just 1 spice, 2 spice, 3 spice, it's 1 spice with no cost, but it takes an agent action to get 1 spice, which isn't great. This one is 2 spice, but it costs you a water, which is a really hard to get resource. And this one is 3 spice, which is awesome, but it costs 2 water. So water's tough. The only way on the board to get water is this, and this is super expensive. You're paying 6 spice for troops and water. So you visit this space gets constantly taken by somebody just to get water, primarily just so they can do this stuff. And sometimes this one for 3 card draw. So I'm a little fuzzy why he chose to go there, other than he's got some plan for the water, or he sees that he's going to get blocked on that that process. I don't know if he's smart enough to know that or what. All right. Been watching the Terminus VODs. Yeah, it's an interesting game. It's wacky to me. The number of views I got on that game versus like the first episode of Enshrouded. It's just crazy. It's more of a board game, though. Terminus feels more like a board game to me. It's much more narrow focus, and it plays a lot like a board game with random map gen elements. But it's simplified enough, and it uses just an action point system and fairly simplistic combat. But the more I play it, the more I feel like I'm playing a board game, which is fine. I'm happy to play different implementations. But yeah, it's pretty fun. And it stays within its dollar amount value range. I mean, the money he's asking for the kind of gameplay experience I think he's offering is a pretty good value. Definitely needs some work, but it's an interesting start. All right, back to Dune. What do I do for my second action? What the hell was I talking about? We got our spice, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do the selling. Let's get our 6. Next round, we're going to hope that we get this one. She'll be first. She could go there ahead of me and block me out of getting the points I need. But I think she'll go elsewhere. Possibly there, because if nobody else goes there, he's the only other one that can go this round. And if he doesn't take this, well, she needs another water. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do what my original plan was. So, oh crap, I can't do my original plan. I have failed miserably. I don't have a yellow triangle card. I guess we're going diplomacy then. That or... Alright, so to reiterate, the card is divided into an upper section and a lower section. The lower section is that very bottom area where you see the red sword. That's a strength for the conflict. So if I hold these 2 daggers and I reveal at the end of the round before combat happens, I'm going to be adding 2 more points to my total. So we may end up actually having a 3-way tie if these guys also don't have any daggers and don't commit more troops. But at the least, I think I'll get second. I doubt she's going to jump into the fray at this point. So we'll get either a water or a spice. But I think one of these will go over top of me for the points. But yeah, so I have to decide between a dagger and a diplomacy. So my only choice with the dagger card would be to get another troop into my garrison and get an influence, which would give me 2, 3, 4 points. Really, I just need 3, so... I mean, the garrison would be fine, but I think I'm going to go the diplomacy track. Let's, unfortunately, I can't go into Fremen because that's the only spot left, and I don't have a water to pay. Let's do, do I go for the Emperor with Solari? That would give me 2, plus we're anticipating getting 6. That would also get me the 8, which would get me around getting blocked out of that one. Plus it would raise me 1 on the Emperor track. I've tried a couple of combinations of focusing in the different political tracks, and they're all good for different reasons. And it's hard to go all 4 of them. Yeah, let's do that. Let's hedge our bet, make sure we get enough to get our Swordmaster as early as possible, if we can. So we're gonna go there. Plays my diplomacy card, gets me 1 position on that track, and gets me 2 Solari into my pool. Alright, what you gonna do, Ariana? Ariana went to where the other place I was looking at, so that's fine. So everybody's done with their normal actions. We've all played our 2 actions for our agents. So now what they're doing is they're revealing the rest of the cards in their hand, generating their resources, and they're buying. Ah, damn it! Replaced it with a firm grip. Alright, so they bought it ahead of me. That's that part where the character that can reserve a card, that would have been a good thing for them to do if they had one in particular they wanted, because that keeps somebody else from buying it ahead of them, which is what happened to me just now. So, I'm going to hit reveal. I'm going to get 1, 2 points added to my conflict power total. He's up to 6, so he's going to be in first place. He does have an intrigue card that she could play. It might be a combat card. So, it brings me up to 4. I only have 2 points to spend, though, now. Because I played my my other card that was the diplomacy one that had more influence. So with 2 points, I only have a couple of choices. I can get the voice for the Bene Gesserit. It's got access to blue and gold spaces. It provides 2 influence if I hold it in my hand until the end of the round. And if I use it actively on a blue or gold space, I can choose any board space, and opponents can't send their next agents there this round, so it locks out a space. So I could lock out the Swordmaster space, for example, and delay the other characters from getting that 3rd action. And there's other things, other uses. So there's that one, and there is the Arrakis Liaison, a Fremen card. So it's also 2 influence, but it goes to either green or blue spaces. And I can buy as many of these as I want, along with that. That costs 9, though. That's the kind of game-winning card. You try to buy as many of as you can to get victory points. But I can buy a bunch of these if I have the points, and I want to clutter up my deck with a bunch. So, do I want, basically, gold or green access between the 2? Otherwise, Same influence. This is a Bene Gesserit faction card versus a Fremen card, and that can make a difference because sometimes there are card coordinated reasons where if you have a Fremen card in play, then there's another Fremen card at the bottom. It'll say Fremen Bond, which means if you have a Fremen card in play and you hold the Fremen Bond or use it, I forget exactly where it gets used, then you get an additional benefit. So it's important which faction they belong to. I think I'll go for easy choice. Yeah, new player. I don't know if I could appropriately use the Bene Gesserit voice card often enough. And I'm going to be trying to focus, I think, Emperor and Fremen this round. I usually try to pick just a couple. Screw it. Let's go for the voice. And it got replaced with an assassination mission. All right, let's see what happens here. So we're guaranteed something from the conflict because the blue player didn't commit any troops. Influence does not accumulate. It's use or lose. If you have leftover, you lose it. But there are going to be times where you choose not to use leftover influence because it's a deck building game and you don't want to bloat your deck with cards that aren't valuable. So buying cheap cards with your leftover points can hurt you because you discard all your cards every round and draw up a fresh hand at the beginning of the next round. So you want the lowest number of high quality cards that you can constantly cycle through for their high value benefits. You don't want to be drawing, you don't want to have 20 cards in your deck and constantly be drawing all this low level crap. Yep, you have to generate 9 influence on hand in a single round. And the way you do that is by buying cards that have 2 influence, that have 3... are there 3 influence cards? I don't think I've seen a 3 influence card. You buy cards that have higher influence on them. You get rid of the low influence cards through the discard or the remove card options. That way you might have a hand of 5 cards that have 2 influence each and have a board space that gives 2... and go to a location on the board that gives more. You'll see. So as things progress, the players will naturally have more and more influence each round. So, all right. So there's the fight. 6-5-4. We got last place, but that's fine. We got a spice, and we only had to commit a single troop. So these guys spent more of their garrison troops to secure these rewards. We just went in cheap and got a cheap spice. 1 garrison troop for a spice is a pretty good deal. So a lot of times you're going to be playing specifically trying to get the other places. Okay, so new round. A new conflict card has been revealed. The Guild Bank Raid. It's a money raid. So first place gets 6 Solari, 4 Solari, 2 Solari. And first player has moved down to Helena. So she took her move. She used her Signet Ring ability. Oh, she got the card. Oh, she reserved the card. All right, so she went first. She sent her agent to that location to get a troop and an intrigue card. Pretty popular place. Intrigue cards are really powerful. So she's got the intrigue card there, and then she used her ability. Manipulate. Remove and replace a card in the Imperium row. This is the one that basically holds it for her. So she wants the firm grip. She doesn't want anybody else to get it at the end of the phase ahead of her. Although I don't know how anybody could. Why use... Whatever. It's not really beneficial to her to use that. I guess maybe there's an intrigue card that would let somebody grab it early. But through the normal flow events, she's first player. She would have had first crack at this board anyway. But whatever. She had her card to use anyway. Yeah, the uncovered dome. I mean, you guys can experience the dome. I put the hat on for your benefit. It's glare protection for you. I got big lights shining on the dome, so I figured some glare relief would be necessary. I mean, it's more comfortable for me not to have it on. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do? So that's what she did. Our plan was what? I got 3 spice now because we got that spice. So we're up to 3. I can get 8 Solari. So we got to do that. We got to get to 8 Solari with our first action and then go for the Swordmaster with our second. Nobody else will have the Solari ahead of us in the turn order. So we should be free and clear to have our Swordmaster on turn 2. So I need this one to go here. So we're going to sell our 3 Solari. Actually, do I want to keep one? I'd have 8. Then I would be... I got to decide, do I want to be left over with one spice or some Solari? I think I'll take the Solari. Alright, so we're going to sell all 3 of our Solari for 8... Sell all 3 of our spice melange for 8 Solari. That's our first action in turn. I don't think anybody's going to block us getting the Swordmaster on turn 2, which is great. It's always good to get the Swordmaster early. The later you get it, the less use you get out of it. So at a certain point, if you haven't gotten it, just don't even bother trying, because you're not going to get him used often enough to make it worth the expense. I had one game where I got completely blocked out of them. Just constantly. It was like turn 5 before I could even try. And I didn't have the Solari at the time. Alright, so everybody else took their turns. So we knew that. So somebody went and grabbed the spice. No surprise there. Then we had somebody go get the fold space card. And somebody went and got some water. Okay. It's good to keep an eye on what they're up to. So we've got our next action. We absolutely have to go here. So spend our 8 Solari. And when we use that, we also draw a card. So that's what this represents. We've used our Signet Ring special ability. So I'm going to draw the card. We got the Voice. Agents can't spend... only 2 agents are left to send anybody anywhere. But the card's going to get discarded if I don't use it. But it's also worth 2 influence. So we've got 2, 4, 5 influence for this round. So we could pick up Power Play, which lets us increase one of our political track positions by 2 spaces instead of 1 space. So I like to grab that one as early as possible. Or we could pick up a character like Piter. Green and blue space access. Every time you use it, he gets an intrigue card for you. Or, hey look, Piter does have 3 influence. If you hold him until the reveal round, you get 3 influence and a strength to the conflict. So he's pretty powerful too. I think I'd go for him. It's so important to raise your level as quickly as possible and get ahead of the other players, especially to secure alliances at this little level right here. And then keep the alliance by staying ahead. Alright. What you gonna do? Diplomacy, so somewhere over here, she went right there. She spent 2 spice, she's discarding or trashing a card, removing it from her deck entirely, and then drawing 2 cards into her hand. These draw card things are very powerful because you tend to hold them in your hand until the end, and that's another way of getting influence. So if you normally have 2 or 3 cards left after playing your agents, then you do this as your last action, you suddenly have 6 cards that you can count up the influence on to go for example, the Spice Must Flow, or one of the other more powerful ones. Now, because we got the agent, we now have a final action because we have 3 agents, so we get to use them the turn we acquire him. So I get to go again. What do I want to do? No bonus spice available. Here we go, seek allies. Yeah, let's seek allies. Let's go here. We'll get 2 more Solari, and we'll bump up and we'll secure that victory point. I really need to get the Fremen thing going, too. What else is available? I've got Reconnaissance for 1. But all the other cards, So what am I going to go after? We got 2, 4, 5. So Piter or Power Play. Or the Firm Grip, the Emperor card. So that would let me play up into these two spaces with that card. Or go on the green spaces. It's going to generate 2 Solari and raise one of the other factions every time I use it. And if I have an alliance with the Emperor, we gain 4 influence, which is going to be huge. And this is the alliance level. So if I can push this up to here, and I'm first there and or highest there, then I get to use that alliance benefit. So that, oof. Oh, that's right. My bad. It is reserved. You're correct. So, no, she's going to buy it. She wouldn't have reserved it without intending to buy it. Actually, she can't buy it. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking Solari versus Influence. Yeah, I can't get that one. All right, so we're going for one of these two. So I do need my 5. Same plan, though. So that gets us a victory point. We go to 2. Somebody Earl's at 3 already. Because he moved here for that one for his second, and he won the fight for his third. Alright, end turn. Alright, so we're in the reveal phase for me. We've got our 5 points. What's left? Somebody grabbed... No, we still got those 2 available. Alright. The Siege Reverend Mother is available, though. She didn't buy it? She didn't. Weird. I don't know. I guess she just wanted to take it out of play. Make sure somebody else didn't get it. I mean, I would be buying things for my benefit, but maybe she's, you know, a strategic fiend and knew that I wanted that card and says, nope, we're going to take that one right out of play. That's too powerful for somebody to have. So yeah, I can't buy it still. Not the Initiate. I would buy a Sister, but I don't want the Initiate. So it's really, I still think, down to these 2. So if I go Power Play... Okay, the other thing to realize timing-wise, which can be a really important thing, is that when you purchase a card, it goes into your discard pile. And you're not going to get to use it until you go through your deck, and then the discard gets shuffled back again into the draw pile. So depending on how many cards you've used and how many cards you've got in each, it could be quite a while before you actually get the advantage of the card, or you might get it next turn. So... as your deck gets larger, that's something to consider, is the amount you're spending and when you're likely to actually get to use it. Because, like I said earlier, the game might end at like turn 6 or 7 if somebody gets a runaway victory piling up. So you got to be conscious of when you're going to buy something and what the status of your draw and discard piles are, or your deck and your discard piles are. I think I'm still going to go for it. I want to secure that Emperor Alliance because 2 spaces, which is what this is going to do, it lets you gain 2 positions in a single track. So that would take me instantly to the Alliance stage for the Emperor, if I can get that into play. But that's a use and lose card. It goes away after you lose it, or you use it. This one sticks around. This one you can use over and over again. So the earlier you can get it and get it into play, the more benefit you get out of it. And that 3 influence can be really powerful. But I think I'm going to go for the Secure the Alliance first. Okay, we committed nothing to the fight, so they're going to share the Solari. I get to go first next round. I only have Solari as a resource, so we're back in a resource generation phase. Okay, so this is that, the Mentat. The Mentat allows you basically to play it as an agent, so it gets you an extra action during the round that you have the Mentat. And then it goes away after the round. So whoever wins this fight is going to get a Mentat, basically get to play another action the next round. They're going to get an intrigue card, and they're going to get 2 Solari. So, alright, I got both my daggers drawn in my convincing argument. So, alright, well, we got a few options. We got yellow, green, and diplomacy, basically. So, we have no spice, so we're not going there. The only one we can go to, because we also have no water, is these 2 positions. So there is 2 spice here, which isn't terrible for a single agent action. So Solari, we've got a little bit. I actually need 1 more Solari. I wish I had 1 more, because I'd like to go here also. So this space and this space are important in that they're single-time purchases. Purchase of 8, you get your 3rd action, your 3rd agent for multiple actions in a round. This one, you pay it once, 5 Solari, to buy a High Council seat. And then for the rest of the game, you get bonus 2 influence. So you add up the card bottoms for influence, and you get 2 bonus. So that helps, again, towards the purchasing of the expensive cards. So if I can get that early and secure the Emperor Alliance, Solari will go a long way towards getting us quite a few things. But Solari is not the only important resource. You need all the things in various amounts at various times. It's an interesting dynamic in the pull between all the different resource types and card types and the conflicts and the scoring of different versions of scoring. And you got to identify where somebody's going and what they're kind of pursuing for their scoring options. So my deck is empty, so next round we're going to shuffle my entire hand and discard pile. So all of these cards plus the ones in my hand will get shuffled, and we'll get access to that power play card again. What to do first? Wouldn't mind getting some Fremen action going on. We've got slightly more troops than everybody else. If I go for the High Council position to try to secure this as early as possible, that's going to tap me out for anything else, but I need money, and the only direct way I can get money right now is either the Emperor track again, or going here with my my Dune card. My goal, or my hope, is to next round get my power play card, hopefully, and jump these 2 positions here with the power play card. So I think I'll go here first, and then if it's available... Helena's got 9 Solari. She should be going for the Swordmaster. So I should be okay to grab that. So yeah, let's get our council secured, and then we'll start rolling after that. Oh, Jessica has arrived. Committed some troops. Yeah, we're not going to get to try for anything on the conflict this round, because neither of the places... Actually, we get 3 actions. That's right. I forgot. Forgot we got our Swordsmaster already. So I can do that. I can do that. And then I can also... If that's available, we'll go there. But I gotta... Ariana's got 8 now, but she can't spend here because Helena got her Swordmaster, so she might go there. So I want to beat her to that. So we're going to go there to secure our High Council position. So we're going to get a bonus 2 influence every reveal phase. Don't mind if they all tap out their existing warriors, because the next one's likely to be victory points. I needed an accumulation round where I can do like this one, Solari for 4 troops. The problem with this one, it gets you 4 troops, but it does not have the cross sword icon. So you can import the troops into your barracks, but it doesn't let you deploy them into the conflict that same round. So I'd have to go there on 1 action and then get to a space with the sword symbol as a 2nd action in order to get troops deployed into the conflict. So That might be the focus, but we're going to be tapped on cash as well. So, our last action. So we go with our last, and then Helena has her third, so she'll also get to go. It's going to be diplomacy. I think I'll go ahead and get some water with the Fremen over here. We'll get moving on the Fremen track. Green's already two spaces up. Is there anybody super important? So we're going to get two. Just two. We're going to have 4 points total. I guess the Reverend Mother. That would get us access to the Fremen. We could thin out our deck with the trash card action. We get... oh, see, there's that Fremen bond. I'd have to have another Fremen in play. And then when this card's... If I have this card in the reveal phase, we get 3 extra influence plus a spice. So we'd have to load up our deck with some Fremen cards, which I could do with the fairly cheap Arrakis Liaisons. So, 4 points, huh? That means I have it already, so I can do the diplomacy. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh. Ooh. Or we go dagger here. That way I get the card draw, plus I get the Mentat, which will let me go again after she does hers. Yeah, let's do that. So, now we have the Mentat available agent. We drew our signet ring. That'll be interesting. That'll give us another card draw. Cool. Look at that reveal. What you getting? There goes Jessica. Ouch. Early Jessica. There's the sister. So, she trashed a card and drew again. So she's up to 5. She's going to have a big payout as well. I'll be surprised if... Let's see. She doesn't have her council seat yet. I'm the only one with a council seat. She might have enough to grab... Nah, I don't think she can get to 9. She'll probably grab Piter. And the Sardaukar. Alright, so, signet ring or diplomacy? Which do we do? They're both worth 1 influence. I could also pass my hand. I could pass, not take a board action, and then keep the point if I saw something critical I wanted to buy. I'm first player, so I get to choose first. But... I mean, we got 2, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing that costs 6 available, so... I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to get rid of 1. I'd still be able to grab Piter. The problem is, this is even strategic in that if I buy something, it gets replaced, and I could bring something up that's more valuable for somebody else to grab. So, you know, consequences. Do we go with the signet ring, or do we go with the diplomacy? Signet ring's going to give me the card draw. This is going to get me the influence track. Anything cool left to pick on the board? I got no resources whatsoever, so I can't pay any of the costs. So it would either be go there with the signet ring, or there. Nah, we need to get the diplomacy going. Let's get that one. There's the big reveal. Ooh, she had the Guildmaster. Yep, she got Piter. No surprise. What do you get replaced with? An Arrakis Recruiter. Alright. Reveal. My 5, huh? So... that's not a Fremen card if I'm going to try to combine it with anything else. I'm tempted just to grab a couple of liaisons. I'm not intending to go high into the Spacers Guild. I'd need 2 influence with them, which you generally want to do anyway, just because it gets you a victory point. But that's what this means. Where it says the Spacer, the little infinity symbol in red, it says 2 influence, means you have to have 2 positions on the influence track with the Spacer Guild, so you have to be at this level where the victory point is available. So you have to be there in order to take advantage of that ability to draw 2 cards. And I wasn't planning on going there. Yeah, I've got a power play coming up, but my plan is to use that, get the Emperor Alliance secured. So I don't think I'll have the Spacer in a while. I want to go Emperor, then Fremen, and we'll do what we can with these later. So Gunthopter wouldn't be terrible. Blue and orange access. Each opponent loses 1 garrisoned troop. And then you may deploy a troop from your garrison to the conflict. So it gives you, when you reveal it, if you hold it in your hand on the reveal phase, you increase your strength in the conflict by 3, and you get an opportunity to deploy another troop, which would get you 2 more. So you'd basically be able to surprise, increase your troop strength or your conflict strength by 5. So I kind of like that, but I think I just need some flat liaisons to get some influence generation going. And to have some Fremen so I can try to build some Fremen bond stuff. So let's just do that. We'll get 2 of those. Call it good. You're using the early few turns to try to set up some synergies. Pointless bloat? Could be. I haven't played enough to form an opinion on those yet. Alright, so we got nothing out of that conflict. And now we are going to be last to go. Alright, so in this one, this is the secure Imperial Basin location on the map. So right here it's showing it kind of in a fiery silhouette. What it means is that the winner, first place, is going to get a victory point, and they're going to gain ownership of that space. From then forward, anybody that visits that space has to pay that player a Solari. Lady Jessica in play. What are you doing with fiddling with Lady Jessica there constantly? Reserved again, another card, huh? Okay. Alright, we're up. So went there, got the Swordmaster for yellow, so now they have their 3rd action. They had the Mentat from the last round they used there, so thinned out their deck and drew some cards. 7 cards in their hand, ouch. They're going to go for a big payoff or big buy in the marketplace. And then she got the troop and drew a card. Unfortunately, they've got Spice and Solari, and 2 of them have water. Good card count. And they each have intrigue card. I have almost nothing. I have almost no resources. I have no intrigue cards. And we did draw the power play. So, do we secure our Emperor Alliance? Does it mean I'm behind? No, not at all. I spent my first couple of rounds securing my 3rd action and my high council position and getting my political... my next play is going to be getting my political in place. So, it's all important to do, but it means that I didn't have opportunity to grab these resources. So I'm going to have to go into a round or 2 of securing resources, but it's not a bad thing. It's fine. For what I did, it's expected that I'm in this position. So, Emperor. The 2 Emperor spaces, the first one gives money. That's just 2 wealth if I go there. And then if I go here, I have to spend 4 spice. I have to pay the Emperor 4 spice. And in return, he gives me 5 money, 5 solari, and 2 units for my garrison for fighting, and an intrigue card. And then there's other combos and the cards and so on that will get benefits from the alliance eventually. All right, assuming we can pick those cards up. So we're going to be looking mostly for cards that have an Emperor option and Fremen. That's what I'm going to try to focus on. All right, so like I said, do we power play now, get 2 Solari, and secure our Emperor alliance? We'll also get 2 troops. That's what this symbol is. The symbol to the left is what you gain anytime you can advance your position to that spot. And it doesn't matter who gets there first. You always get that benefit when you get yourself there. The only thing that matters in regards to positioning beyond that is the first one past this line, so to this position, gets the alliance. And as long as nobody passes them, they keep it. But if I got to here and stopped and somebody else moved to the space above, they would take the alliance away from me unless I got to the top position. Now, once anybody gets to the top, nobody can go higher, so that person permanently secures the alliance forever and ever, amen. So sometimes somebody will race up like I'm racing up with the Emperor, and these guys just might say, oh, not gonna try to compete for that, so they'll never go there. But other times they'll creep up, and you got to worry about them taking the alliance from you, which can have pretty dramatic effects depending on how you've built your deck. If you don't have the alliance, and you have a bunch of cards that rely on the alliance, then, yeah, you know, you're screwed. So, but I got to decide. I got 3 actions. They've all got actions, so I think it's... Man, if I only had 1 more water, I would love to go here, but I'm short of water. They've got 2, they've got 2. One of these guys is going to go to this space before I get my turn again. There's no way that's still going to be there when I go back, get my round again. So, much as I want the 4 spice, I can't have the 4 spice because we're short on the water. And there's no bonus on these 2, so they're less attractive. So, I could go, again, I don't have the water to pay for that, which is, I mean, 3 cards would be great with some choices here to go for a high power card. But it's a little early to be going for the spice must flow. I got to secure other things. It's all about the build up. First 4 or 5 turns are all build up. You're just trying to secure some decent influence generation so you can take advantage of marketplace opportunities. Trying to thin out your deck a little bit if you can to get rid of the lower value cards and get things like your Swordmaster and or the High Council, get political things locked in. But at the same time, you're juggling participating in the conflicts. It's a whole lot of, oh crap, what do I do with my limited actions, my limited resources, and to counter what the other guys are doing. So basically, right now, I just have to decide. I absolutely know I'm going to power play with one of my actions. I just have to decide, is it likely somebody else is going to go here before me? Because I can't pay for that one. So if I want to secure this turn, I need to do that right now. But if I do that, then the other 3 guys are going to lock me out of other positions. So I find it to be a very brain-tickling situation of planning and forethought and what's more important to me when. So I, again, don't plan on participating. I don't think... Oh, man, I'd love 2nd place, actually. Get the 2 water out of that. I might go a token card in here. I could just go here, get that 2nd water in the very unlikely chance that nobody goes here, and I get an option for it. So there, and the power play to secure this would be my 3 plays for the round. Otherwise, the 2nd water I could use here... Get 3 cards added in to my hand, but again, I don't see anything that's critical to my plans. So, and I really need to secure some intrigue cards. I've been pretty bad about getting intrigue cards, so let's keep it simple. Let's just secure our power play here with the Emperor. No, I want my Emperor alliance. Alright, so we've got the Emperor Alliance secured. So we have the Emperor Alliance symbol here. We are in control. We got 2 Solari. Let's see what the others do. And that power play card is now gone. It's a one-use thing. You guys really left that there? God damn it. That's funny. Funny. Huh. They left it. Now the problem is I can't go here because I don't have a card that will give me access to it. None of my cards have that symbol, so I can't go get the water. So, can't believe it might go another round. One of these guys, one of these 2 has got to go after it. That one's first next round, so I mean he's going to get 2 shots at it before I would have any shot at it, likely. If not more, so I'm still not going to get access to that thing. Alright, what do we do? So I could lock out this for the round. I play the voice and I lock that space out, but that's not really going to help me. Well, everybody's got at least one more action. No troops, no troops. 1 troop, so I could take this one. Drop 2 of my troops in. But yellow also has 2 intrigue cards. Could be combat bonus cards. And she's got 3 cards in her hand. Could be a couple of daggers, so my 2 troops wouldn't win. Really, if I just put in... And I have no daggers. I have no way of raising my combat ability this round. So, I wouldn't mind going for second place and just getting the water. Two more actions. I could go there, deploy a troop, get my 2 spice, then get me some spice, a couple of Solari, and a water. I can win either second or third, which is likely. I'd have a second water for next round in the ridiculously unlikely chance that this is still available. You can only deploy 2 troops plus any troops you recruited that round. So, for example, if I go here, I recruit these troops this round, I'm allowed to deploy all 4 of them later. Well, actually, not that one. This one, for example. If I go here, I get 2 troops, and it's a combat space, so I'm allowed to deploy those and 2 additional ones for a total of 4. But you're limited in how many you can deploy. You can only deploy 2 unless you are also recruiting with the same action. So, I can't just drop all 4 of these straight in by going over here. And this one would be delayed. This would give me 4 if I could afford it. But it would put him here, not into the conflict. All right. Make a choice. Make a choice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the voice to here, then lock this out, and we'll just pray that we get it next round, which I still think will be unlikely. He'll still get first shot at it. So I don't think he'll be able to pass up 5 spice. But let's try it. Who knows? Maybe he'll have some other pressing need. So we're going to go there. We're going to spend our 1 water and hope we get second place. We're going to block a board space. That one there. Nobody gets to go here this round. We're also going to deploy troops. So I could deploy 2, and that's where it'll stop me. That'll take me to 4 strength versus her 2 strength. She does have 1 more action. Starting to... She has the water. She could go here and deploy her other garrison troop to equalize this. And then if she has a dagger card, she'd win. Do I want to just play for second place? At this point, I don't mind her having the victory. I'd kind of rather have the water. So I think I'm just going to play for second place. If green or blue go to a space where, like this space here, which they might, they could deploy these troops into the fight and actually win. I don't think both of them will, though, so we'd be guaranteed 1, but 1 won't get me what I want. I think I'll split the difference. Let's go 2. Let's force somebody else to go over top me. I'd kind of rather hoard my strength for the next couple of rounds, but let's take a risk. See if we can pull it off. More intrigue. No. Also diplomacy. I think we spoiled their plans. So there goes the water there. Alright, we are on the reveal phase. Oh, never mind. We are not on the reveal phase. We're on the Vorm gets the last action phase. What do we got in the pool? So we're going to have 5 influence, 6 influence if I just pass my turn and not use this last action. We could do what? There's no blue spaces I can go to. I could grab 1 more spice and or 3 more Solari. So 5 gets us nothing. So 4 is all we need. We're going to get that with our convincing argument and our High Council seat. So either of these can be used. Well, more specifically, this is the only one that can be used. So really it's, do I want 1 more spice? I wouldn't mind getting another spice, because if we can get to 4 spice, we can go here with one of our cards, and we'd get 5 Solari, 2 troops, and an intrigue card. I would love to conspire with the Emperor. That would be a good use of that 4 spice. Five Solari, on the other hand, would get me access to buying 4 troops for the garrison. Yeah, if only there were 1 more point there. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the spice. For ownership changes, we have to pay money. And because we went there, I have another option to deploy troops, but nothing's changed really in the math. I'm already at 4. We've topped these guys. They no longer have action, so they can't commit more troops. But they do have intrigue cards that can affect things. It's going to be funny that I'm going to win, and I'm not going to get the water to go here like I was actually hoping to. It's going to be funny. Alright, I'm not going to commit more. Let's see if they can go over top of me with one of their intrigue cards. I'm happy with either first or second. I just don't want to be pushed to third. There are ways you can pull troops back, but it's intrigue card based generally. That will allow you to retreat units back out of a fight. Intrigue puts a lot of wild cards. Hey. Dr. Kynes has shown up. Uh-oh. Earl's up to 5. I am not comfortable with Earl being up to 5 this early. So, we're going to win. They're going to tie. That's awesome. I'll take that. How'd he get 2? Oh, he had 2 swords or whatever, 2 daggers or whatever in his hand. No troops committed, but he had 2. So they tied for second, which means they dropped to third, and I think he gets nothing. He gets pushed off. I think how that's going to work. But unfortunately, we won. Oh, wait, no, we're not done yet. Sorry, my bad. Oh, I know what they get, but it hasn't changed hands yet until this fight's over with, is what I was talking about. Oh, it's just a free one? Oh, I thought it got paid by the, never mind, my misunderstanding. I thought they actually had to pay that. It's generated out of thin air, is it? Well, another power play has arrived. That's something I have to think about. So, by the way, I love games that give me interface options, so I have to make a decision, and the game gives me a button where I can go make my decision. I can go see the info. Some games don't do that. They demand that you make a decision in a vacuum, and they don't let you go look at the things you need to look at in order to make an intelligent choice. So, props to the devs in making sure players can get back to the info. So, power play. We've got this fairly secured. If I see this person starting to creep up, we might have to push for the final position. We're one step away from getting our point here. And, I mean, alliance would be nice, but I don't know if I'm going to try to push for it. So if I power play, where would I go? I mean, I could jump right to a victory point with spacers or the Bene Gesserit. Or we could try to jump into the lead on the Fremen. They can go up more than one spot. The power play card is specifically what I'm talking about that allows that. So gain 2 influence instead of 1. That's what that means. It's going to jump 2 positions. Then there are some victory point or victory rewards that will jump you more than 1 position. There's a couple of ways it can happen. Oh yeah, he did commit a troop. I don't know why I was looking here to figure it out. The problem with power play is, you know, it doesn't stay in your hand for repeated use, for repeated benefit. So it's the 5 influence and out. I just don't see... I think if I picked another one, it would probably be the Gunthopter. Screw it. Let's go political. Alright, let's see who actually wins this fight. Yep, there we go. Master Tactician. Come on. Second place, please. Nobody? No! We're going to get last. Oh, same guy. Why did you do that? He didn't need to do that. Huh. Isn't it weird that that guy played 2? Because he could have played 1, seeing if anybody else played 1, and then played 1 later, I thought. I'm not sure why he went up, but we got our water. Awesome. Well, wait, not awesome. God damn it. Memnon got another one. Ah! Memnon, settle down. I didn't consider who was actually going to win that one. Not that I could do anything about it. Okay, this time it's another siege, or another take ownership. Siege of Carthage. Duncan, Idaho has appeared. Or been used. When did Duncan show up? I didn't even notice when he showed up. Can you remove VPs from others? Not... There are some odd endgame cards that do some pretty strong things, but I don't think they remove points from anybody. You can take an alliance away from somebody by moving ahead of them on the track, but it doesn't remove their victory points they'd already gotten. I don't think there's a direct way to remove victory points. There's intrigue cards that kind of spring at the end, where if you've achieved certain things, you get a jump in more additional victory points, but I don't think beyond that you can. Yeah, this is not good. Having somebody that far ahead, that is, because he can get that last 4 pretty damn quick. So he's green. He's got that one. He's got that one. He hasn't got that one yet. He's got 3 out of the 4 here, so he can secure a 7th pretty easily. And then winning a single conflict with 2 will get him to 9, and then a single spice must flow will get him to the end game. So he's dangerously high right now for where we're at. Usually people are a little closer together. So yeah, he's out ahead by a fair margin. Okay, so my position. So we're third this time. So this thing is available. It is available. I have somehow got the option to actually go here and get 5 spice. That will pay for this one. If we can combine it with like a diplomacy card, which unfortunately is in my hand currently. I only have the power play as the other one that'll get me to the Emperor. That limits my usage of that pretty heavily. I need another card, at least one more card that gives me access to the Emperor. And there are none up there currently. So that's a potential problem. Let's see. Can I pass up the opportunity for 5 spice? That will put me in the spice for quite a while. I don't think I can pass that up. We got to go get that spice secured. So, I could use the voice to do it and then lock people out again. Hey there, Indy. Welcome to Dune and to the live stream. What to do here? What would be the most important? What are you up to, Thorvald, Memnon? You're the one I worry about the most. You've got a lot of things. No intrigue cards left. Elena's sitting on quite a few. He does not have his swordsman yet. He doesn't have the cash currently. I'm still the only one with a high council seat. It's fully licensed. It's not like a bootleg game. I have to go with the spice. I absolutely can't pass that up. I'm just deciding. I'm trying to figure out, in particular, what Earl might want to do, and see if I can counter him with the voice locking out a board space. So, if I get the spice this round as my first action, I could go there as my second to dump some of it for Solari, just so then I'd have a bit of a balance. We'd be out of water again, but we'd have enough spice to last us for a little while. But I mean, I'd have to dump 4 there, so we'd get what, 5 and 3, we'd have 8. So I could sell 4, get me a boatload of Solari, which would let me get troops and do a few other things. But the Highliner's another one. Having the Spacing Guild send in a troop drop and get me some more water again would also be really powerful. So problem is I only have 1 card that'll take me to either of these places. And that's the issue. I only have the diplomacy card so far. That's part of the making choices. Oh, I agree. The Highliner card's awesome. I mean, you get the troops. It's a fighting space, so you get to deploy them into a conflict immediately. So, yeah, I agree. Originally, I mistakenly had plans on having some Emperor cards, but I didn't have access to them. So, I guess I could lock it out. Now, it says opponents can't send their next agents there this round. I assume that means I still can, because it looked like it kind of faded it out entirely. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go the voice to here. I'm gonna lock this out and go there my second action, and then I can diplomacy into the Highliner space for my third. Let's see if that works out. So let's go there. Let's get the right one. I want all the spice. Give me the spicy space. Alright, so block a board space. Because I don't want either of these two to go there to sell for 6 to try to get enough to get their Their Swordmaster. The longer I can block Memnon out. See, notice Memnon's only got 2 actions, but he's way ahead of everybody else. So... let's block that out. I better be able to go there. Hey there, Andy. Thanks very much for dropping a tier 3 sub. That's the big boy sub. Greatly appreciate that. Have fun storming the jungle. Alright, so do I want to deploy troops? I cannot let Memnon continue to take free, so I got to get some troops in. So let's go ahead and let's get in this fight. It's past time. The hope is that this all works out, that I get to go there second and I get to go there third, and then we can drop in a bunch of troops for the victory. That's what we're praying for. Alright, so we're going to go 4 strength that we've got. Confirm. And turn. Best laid plans of Vormithraxes and mice. Oh, I like that card. That's a fun influence card. Let you go anywhere you want. Similar to the Fold Space card. Uh-oh. Spacing Guild Alliance secured. Just don't send anybody to the one above that. That one's mine. Nobody gets to go there. Nobody has the spice to pay for it, so I should be safe. Alright. Oh, does that thing only last for their next action, but then it opens up for them? I thought it locked it out for the turn, or for the whole round. Huh. Alright, that's a little less powerful than I thought. So... Alright, it means I can go there and I'm going to lock it out, but... Alright, so we're going to go Dune to there, get our fat payout, then we got to make sure we hold on to 6 for the highliner. So... Okay. So... Sell 2, gets me 6, leaves me 6. We pay for the highliner. Alright. And then the highliner is going to get me 2 more water, which means I can hit this again the next round, theoretically, if nobody else does. We'll be second up in the turn order, and unless she picks up water, she won't be able to go there. So we might be able to grab another 3 spice, get us back in the spice business. We can just keep cycling spice and Solari and keep buying stuff, the high-end stuff. We might be able to get some progress made. Damn hat, you keep creeping down on me. Revealed. What you buying? Got the Gunthopter. Alright, here we go. Diplomacy. Oh, all my spice. Okay, so we raised on the diplomacy track towards our victory point. We got 5 recruits into our barracks, and we got 2 water into our supplies. Now we're going to deploy troops. So at this point, green can't do a damn thing. He has no intrigue cards to influence the fight. He can't get any troops in, so he can't go for this. I've already got strength on the other 2, but they both have intrigue cards that could affect things. So some of the intrigue cards are powerful. They could be like 5 troops, 5 strength worth. So to guarantee I secure this, I unfortunately have to commit a bunch, which I really don't want to. Let's assume they have 1 card to add to the fight, and it's the worst case. So if it's 5, that would take them to 7, so I need 8 strength. I think I'll go there. Let's hedge our bets. I can't even say I can guarantee it, because I've had occasions where I've had like 2 different combat cards I could play. But I think I'm going to hope that they don't have that and they're not going to choose to use it that way. So yeah, let's hedge our bets. Try to hold some power for the next fight. I got nothing I'm going to be adding here. We're going to have 6 points to spend. Uh-oh. Nope, we're not going to have 6 points to spend. We're going to have 4 points to spend. Oh, they played Test of Humanity. I have to either discard a card or lose a deployed troop. I think this is more important right now. So we'll have 4 points. We can afford anything currently on the board. We are going to get third choice, so they're going to probably buy stuff and replace it. Something good might pop up, but... yeah, I don't want to take that chance. So, goodbye, convincing argument. So if I can spend around doing some political stuff, we can get 3 more points and catch up to Thorvald. Alright, 4 points. What's left? Anything fun? Opulence. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. The Emperor card. When played, you get 3 monies. And then if held in your hand until the reveal phase, you get an influence and 6 monies. Oh, an influence and 6 monies can be converted into a victory point. So, damn it, damn it, damn it. Hopefully it sticks around and I get a chance to go for it next round. What are we gonna do? So, we're light on influence for the smugglers. I need 1 more position, which I'm going to go for anyway, just to make sure I get the victory point, but currently I wouldn't be able to use these. I don't want more liaisons. Another voice is... I don't want another voice. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the Smuggler's Thopter anyway. Hopefully in the next round or so we get that last point for the influence bonus. Problem is it doesn't even give you access to the Smuggler's Guild or for the Spacer's Guild. I'd still get the yellow access plus holding it for the influence and spice, but... raising on the influence track. I'm kind of surprised we're all as low as we are on the Fremen track. There goes the guild bankers. Ah, there's the fight. There it is. And all of a sudden we're 1 away, or we're 1 ahead, so it happened. There we go. We still got the victory. I think she did it to make sure she secured 2nd place for the intrigue card. Helena loves her intrigue cards. Alright, we have taken ownership of the space, and we got our victory point. So that puts us at 4. We're 1 away from 5, 1 away from 6, 2 away from 7. See how it plays out. We're 2nd to go this time. Another victory plus a water. Desert power. Ah! 2 daggers and a dune. Oh my god. Alright, where'd you go? You got your council seat. Alright, so she's got more influence now. So where are we at? We've got some Solari, we've got water, so we could go back here again to get another refresh on the spice, but is that what we need? I have absolutely no options on the political track this round. I have no cards that'll get me anywhere over here, which kind of sucks. I was really hoping to get some more positioning on that. That's where building your deck is so important. I spent my first several rounds getting my Swordmaster, getting my High Council position, and not getting resources and not getting my deck built up. So now I'm paying the price for that. Oh yeah, Middle Spice is much better choice right now. I agree. So, we will definitely be doing the signet ring, probably for the middle spice position. That way we get a card draw as well as the 3 spice for 1 water. What's on the board, though? So we still have opulence on the board. I can't get to 6 influence currently. Well, I can, but only if I don't play any of these 3, which would mean not getting the spice. Let's go. So what would my plans be? Grab that. Problem is a lot of this stuff gets taken up really quickly, so my options narrow. If I use the signet ring on it for the card draw, I think I should not do that. Let's save the signet ring because that gives me access to blue and green. And I lose access to blue entirely, so I can use this one instead for that. And we'll get the card draw from another position. We don't have our second influence with the Fremen. This is important because this space here requires you to have the second level, second influence. So I'm not allowed to go here to collect this without having that. Let's do that. We'll see what we have option-wise afterwards. I can't really plan too much because too many of the other spaces are going to get taken. But we can't pass up a good deal here. Yeah, I would really love if they would leave that open for me for one of my actions. A lot of political action going on. Ooh, Lady Jessica. Wish I had me some Lady Jessica. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright. So, we're back up to 3 spice. I only have 1 water now. We could go grab a bunch more troops. Get ready for probably not this fight, but the one after. Yeah, the Mentat would be good. And we get 2 card draws plus another action. I agree, that's a good one. Let's do that. 2 card draws. What do we get? Arrakis Liaison and another Reconnaissance. So we keep these 3, 2, 4. Actually, if we keep just 2 of these, that gets us the 6 influence we need for the Opulence card. Gotta get me some of them intrigue cards. That's where we're really hurting. Memnon's at 7. Damn. This is gonna come to a sudden bloody end. Shifting allegiances. Interesting. Okay. Green or blue? 1 water. Can't go there. I'm thinking I need to go there. Then I'm going to have one more action after that. So it's probably better to go dagger to there, get the 4 troops. Then I have no options to get troops. Actually, I could go there with my final action. We got one more water. I could get even more troops. That would let me deploy 4 into the fight. Yeah, let's do that. We can get a nice fat pile of troops and also get the opulence secured. Oh crap. You're going for the victory? Yep, look at this guy, look at this guy! You got the spice must flow! You bastard. Please leave my opulence alone. Alright. Not time to reveal yet. I got another action, so... Oh, god damn it. What was I thinking? I can't go there. I'm not allowed. I don't have a card that gives me access. Well, what's left? It's looking likely. But he's got all of... Oh, crap. He does not. He hasn't gotten that one yet. He's got 3 of the 4 victory points he can get over here. But if all he does is stack his hand up and buy these, he'll win in 2 turns. Assuming nobody else can suddenly leapfrog 6 victory points, which isn't going to happen. So he could win the easy way with this commanding lead he's got. He just snuck out ahead of everybody. He still only got 2 guys. This is why it's once you get past a certain point, you don't even bother. You can win while everybody else is building up if you're I won't say sneaky about it, but he got some early political points, got an early victory point or 2, and has just been jamming along. So this is the most disparity I've seen yet in the 4 games I've played, 3 plus this one. Usually it's a lot closer. So we'll see how much the other 2 help me in trying to keep him from doing what he wants to do, but it's going to be tough. I can get, if I win this fight, which I can't do with 0 troops, and I can't get troops into the fight. There's no way for me to get troops in right now. I got no spaces left that will do it. So, it's going to be these 2 that take 1st and 2nd. I can't even get a token 3rd place in there. Unfortunately. Well, I mean, I only have one option. Recall an agent. Really? Must be nice. Now she gets to take another turn. Ooh. Fancy. Okay, now I have to reveal. So we have 8. 8's a good number. Unfortunately, we don't have 9. Gotta go for the opulence, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else. Thoofer. Thoofer's really powerful. Look at those. Man, what I love Thoofer. All 4 of the political areas he can go to, plus blue and orange, blue and gold, and draw a card. That dude, man. Unfortunately, can't get him. I made him available for somebody else to get. Sucks. Yeah, I don't want another voice. I've gotten almost nothing out of my very limited Fremen. This thing's gonna roll over and be done real soon. I'm not gonna buy anything else. I don't want to pollute the deck anymore. Yep, there goes Thoofer. What a shock. Oh, man. I don't feel like I really got any good stuff out of the marketplace that I've been able to leverage this run. And Memnon has just ran away with things. that. Oof. Now it's this. This is where it gets serious. This is what I've been waiting for. So we absolutely must keep him from getting that victory. So we got the opulence card and the signet ring and the power play. I got all my power cards this round. Yeah, we left all the junk at home. What to do, what to do. So I absolutely must get into the fight. I only have one water, so unfortunately I can't grab that and then do a highliner. That only gets me to 5. So I don't have an easy way to do a highliner drop. That would be the best. Let's see. They all have enough water to grab it, so it's not likely I'm going to get the opportunity again. One more gets me this one, but it's not a combat one, so I wouldn't be able to get in without putting something elsewhere. So I'd have to go on the board first. No. Well, yeah, I've got the troops. Where I'm going to get stung is intrigue cards, I think. So this will take me to 6. I've got an easy route to 7, 8. I mean, I can political my way to 9 if I can get around to do it without this guy winning, so... Power play to the Fremen? Possibly. That'd be the only one I'd be able to do this round. It would get me troops and let me get things into the fight. I'd only be able to drop 4. And it would also get me the victory and jump me into the lead. Don't need a track there. Only thing I care about here really is just securing the victory points. Yeah, if I could just get to 6, I would highline it, but I'm not gonna be able to, so I guess we'll take the next best. We just gotta absolutely make sure he doesn't get there. And it'd be nice to not be, you know, third loser. Alright, we're going in. We'll see if he even commits. What I also have to be careful of is if I overcommit and I run out of troops and he still has a big pile for next round, he's accumulating now. He has a big pile for next round and then another double victory condition, victory point fight shows up, then, you know, that's also going to be a I lose situation. So... I'm not going to be doing much political maneuvering, I don't think, over the next round or two. And I don't think I have the resources to keep up troop accumulation. What I might have to do is hit one of the board spaces, get more of my, like hit that space, get the troop and the card draw. That'll get me 3 more troops into this fight, leaving me 3, and then using my 4 Solari there to get me 4 for the next round. We get a card draw off the signet ring. Only thing I can really do with this is go to the Emperor and get a couple Solari, because I don't have that 4th Solari or 4th spice for that one. And I wouldn't be able to drop the troops. I'd have to have access to another space, which would be limited by everybody else's placements. I might not get another space to drop more troops. We do have the ability to go here now to get a water and a troop. I'm thinking of doing the voice somewhere and then locking out the cache option and then do the cache option as my third. So if I did like this one, for example, I could do the voice to here, lock out the cache option, and then signet ring to the cache for my last action. That way I could drop troops in again. I'd get the water. Yeah, I might be able to get the Mentat thing going too. I guess I could do it in the reverse. I could do voice here, lock the Mentat, then signet ring to Mentat. Then I'd get one more option, which could be opulence to there. That'd get me 5 Solari. So I'd be able to get more troops into the fight now. I'd get water, I'd get a card draw, and I'd get 5 Solari afterwards. Let's see if that works out. Let's go here. Block a board space. I'm going to block the Mentat space. I'm going to keep deploying troops because I think this is going to be a big fight. And I'm hopeful I'll be able to bring in some more stuff next round. I'm up to 12, but he's got 4 more troops and 1 more opportunity to drop some in. He'll probably go here. That'll let him drop 3. He has no intrigue cards to benefit him beyond that. So that'll get him to 10. I don't think there's a way he can improve that. I've got the Mentat locked off, so he can't get to that. No troops, and only 1 troop. They're not going to have the option to bring more in. Am I good? Do I stop here? Am I mathing properly? I think I'm mathing properly. No intrigue cards. That'll let him bring in the troop he recruited plus 2 more is 3 more to the fight, which is 6 more strength. Only gets him to 10. He doesn't have spice to do that. Yeah, I think I'm mathing correctly. It's going to be embarrassing as yellow's got 1 in. If she drops multiple intrigue combat cards and takes first place, I'll be pretty pissed. Elena could highline. She does still have 2 actions. She could. Ugh, if she does that, I'm screwed. I mean, it's better for her to get the victory points than him. I absolutely got to block him out. For the cost I'm paying if I get second, I get to choose two of these, either two of these out of these three. I would take, you know, the spice and the intrigue card, I think. I don't know. This is a big one. She could highline. It's a good catch. Is she gonna do it? Two different opportunities. She'd have to go there. Before she gets to go, Ariana's gonna get to go. No water though. Yeah, she would be the one to do it. Nobody else is gonna block her from it. Well, I gotta make a decision here. Can I stop her if she does? Got nothing in the fight currently. That's going to bring 10 strength. I'm already at 12, but that'll be 10 strength and no intrigue. Yeah, I think I've got her beat anyway. I think if she does it, I'd still win. But she's only going to be able to bring 10 strength in with no intrigue cards to modify the values. Wait, she could have dagger cards in her hand. Same thing with Earl. Oh, crap. 8 cards in hand. I gotta go at least one more, I think. Just to offset. That 8-card hand scares me. You could have a couple of swords in there. So I better go over top by more than one. And I better pray that the next round doesn't bring another double victory point. Oh, I can't put more in. Alright, well that's the choice. 14 is the best I can do. We'll see what happens. You and your free water. Damn, Lady Jessica. Lady Jessica's winning it for Earl. He gets so many cards. Oh my god. Now, at this point, Earl deserves his win. He made it 10. She did not highline. Oh, she's got one more opportunity. So she did not go for the spice, so she can't both spice and highline. So nobody else is coming in, but he's got 10 cards in his hand. If he's got combat bonus cards, he might still eke out the win, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, oh, damn it. I still have one more action. What was I doing? I was going to... Oh, yeah. I was going to go Emperor. Opulence for the Emperor. Get me my 5 Solari. That'll fatten the coffers. Mentat. Yeah, that's right. Mentat first. Then do that one. Signet Ring Mentat. I guess that's true. Well, or do I... Well, too late now. Stupid liaisons. 5, 6, 7... Nothing sexy and not enough to get me the spice must flow. Ouch. God damn. Buying another spice must flow, are you, Earl? He's at 9. He wins next round. I mean, nobody can catch him. Nobody's going to make 5 victory points in a round. So, he's going to win. Just by default. He has so much card draw. Or so much influence in card draw. I don't think anybody can catch him. Oh, and he got to 14 also. Some bitch. He managed to pull both off. I bow before the Earl. Oh, wow. We all got roughed up by him. Well, I mean, I can actually put another troop in, so I can win. I was gonna opulence, but I think desert to here. Yeah, desert to here. Get a couple more spice. Get me one more troop commit. And he's done. He can't do anything else. Oh, their ways. 3 point of political influence with the Fremen. Okay. 7. 7 is not 9. And the carryall showed up, but it's a little late. Double the base, not bonus, spice you harvest with this agent. You get a big windfall if you drop that on that 3-point one. You get 6 plus any bonus. Carryall's cool. The rest of it's trash. Fremen Camp's another good one early. 2 spice for 3 troops, or hold it for 2 influence and a combat power. But at this stage, I think I go for the carryall and nothing after that. I don't know if I'll ever get any use out of it though. We got nothing in the discard, so we got to go through the whole deck, then get a reshuffle, and then draw the card, and then have opportunity to actually use it. What's the smugglers? So it gives you access to the blue spaces. You spend 2 spice, and you gain an influence with the Spacing Guild, and you get 3 money. Basically, you're smuggling spice out to the Spacing Guild directly. So you give them spice, they give you favor with the guild politically, and they pay you 3 Solari. Or you can hold it for the reveal phase and get an influence and a combat power. It's not terrible. If you're focusing on the Spacing Guild especially, in your political stuff. Problem is, you have to have a Spacing Guild card to get you to the Spacing Guild bonuses and such. Not for this card play, of course. Yeah, it's just gonna, I mean, it's not gonna matter. I can't stop him from just getting 9 victory or getting 9 influence and buying that last point. And there's absolutely no way I'm going to go from 5 to 10 in the next round. Maybe I'll get to 8 or so, possibly 9, but I'd have to win this fight and win the next fight, hoping it's 2 victory points to take me to 9, and get like 1 diplomacy option for the Fremen. But that posits also that I'm the only one to get to 10. If we both get to 10, then it comes down to, it checks who's got the most spice, and then there's other checks after that that I don't know the order of. So yeah, it's going to be ugly no matter what. Let's go ahead and get the Fremen camp. And sure, we'll get the smugglers. My deck is so bloated. I haven't been able to trim out a single card. Hope we win. he passed, so he couldn't do anything to increase it. So we did win. Yay. That puts us to 7, which ain't enough. Big question is, what's the next conflict going to be? That's what I care about. Is it another 2 victory point? Yep. The battle for Imperial Basin. Alright, so I've got 3 against his 2, and he's immediately starting to put some fight in. So I gotta be really careful here. We gotta both beat him. But all he has to do is get the influence to buy that, and he wins if I can't also get the 10. And then if I get the 10 and he gets the 10, I gotta have more spice than him. So it's gonna be ugly, and I'm last in the round. All the good stuff's gonna be gone before I get my turn. And I drew... Oh, remember that last round when I drew all my power cards? Well, guess what that means. Guess what consequence that has. Oh, man. Yep. Not good timing on the card draw. So, there's no dice rolling or anything in the game, but it does have some fairly powerful randoms. One being, you know, your card draw. What you get when can be extremely impactful. There's random in which things get flipped over here. Both what you start with as well as what gets drawn from a deck. Each time somebody buys something, that can be really powerful and impactful. Because you may or may not have enough influence to grab something when it comes up. Where else? The fate card or the intrigue cards are pretty powerful. I haven't generated many this run. I'll try to play somebody that concentrates on the fate stuff next run so you guys can see more of them. Oh, I know. So the Fremen Alliance, you'll see there's a little symbol right here for another victory point. So if you get the Fremen Alliance, you get the victory point only while you hold the alliance, meaning you can't let anybody get ahead of you in the track. So if you can get to the top position, you hold it forever. But if I go here and anybody else manages to get above me, they take that point away from me. I actually lose that point. You never lose these when you acquire them, but you can lose the Fremen Alliance point. Okay. Man, what are we gonna do? I gotta make sure I get troops in. Oh. I've got 5 out of the 6 for the highliner drop, but I have no way of getting to it. So I'm locked out of the political line again. It's a terrible time for that to happen. So I got no card draw option. I have no water, so I can't get card draw from here. There's an option here to get a single card drawn. What's left? Still mostly stuff that's not going to help. I don't have the influence for that bonus. That will get me on the political track, but it's a 1 in 3 chance it'll show up. It would give me the option to drop some of my troops in. The only other way is to get more troops here, but that means I'd have to do that and then hope there's still another way for me to get troops activated and dropped in. With the limitation on how many you can add at once. Yeah, I got no cards that will give me anything on this track. So just ignore everything over here unless I get the card draw and manage to get lucky on the 1 in 3 chance and get the diplomacy card. That would then give me access to the highliner. But that's a lot of assumptions. I'd have to get the spice. then I'd have to make sure this is available. So, I mean, one of these two is going to go away. So I'm not likely to get to activate both of these, which would be the only way that would possibly work. I have to, at a minimum, manage to get myself to 10. So we have to win the fight, and I have to get one more victory point somewhere. And I don't think I can win the fight and buy a Spice Must Flow. I've got 4 points. And that's it. So we got 6 points. I can't generate the other 3 points I would need for Spice Must Flow. That would get me 1 and a troop, but it wouldn't get anything on the board. Yeah, but how do I get the point? I mean, I know if I get that Diplo card, I can put it up there and get that point. But it's a multi-stage process with a 1 in 3 draw chance. I have to get lucky 2 different ways. I have to get lucky to make sure that I have no water, so I can't go to either of these two. So I have to get lucky in that both of these stay available to me, despite everybody else doing all their actions. And then I have to get lucky on the 1 in 3. So that's a lot of wishful thinking. Guarantee somebody's going to go here for the troop and the ability to drop combat strength in. Fortunately, I didn't get the voice. The voice would have been awesome. I could have placed the voice and locked this out so that I could make sure I got both, but we didn't get it. So that would have been a really cool timing. Yeah, I don't really see too many other options. I think I have to take the gamble. I just don't think it's going to pay off. So, let's go. I'm going to have to use a reconnaissance for the blue, so we're going to do Dune here to get the 2. And we're just going to have to hope for that one. Guess I could... They've all got a fair amount of... What are they more likely to not go after? I think that one's going to be a high probability they go after. I think somebody will still grab this. There's a possibility they go political instead. Oh yeah, he's got... You're correct. Give me a look at the top card of your deck at any time. I have not done that. Isn't it supposed to show it to me somewhere? Or is that the top card? So it's showing me the top card. It's the Thopter. Yeah, so that's the one that's going to be the top card. So that plan's not going to work. We're not going to get diplomacy. Yeah, I totally forgot. That's Paul's ability. So thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I see it next to the deck icon. I thought I pointed at the deck previously in another run when I was playing Paul, but next to him. So that's what we're going to draw next. So not going to help. We don't have the 2 influence to get the card draw off of it. I have no way of getting that influence point with the cards we've got. Yeah, I don't see any way out of this. All I can do is try to commit to the fight and pray for some reason he does not. Either advance 2 to that victory point or have the influence to grab the Spice Must Flow. I don't see any other way. Alright, so does it change anything? Not really, I don't think. I can't get 2 card draws anywhere. Mentat's gone. I do have the Solari to grab that one. But I don't think that's going to change anything. Yeah, they're going to grab one of the other, both. Oops. think they're less likely to go for the spice. Next up is my diplomacy card. Too late! Too late, game! Come on, stay available. Not that it does me any good at this point. Oh, I forgot to put troops in. I am dumb. I am so dumb. I didn't put troops in. I hit end turn instead of actually deploying my troops. Now he's up to 10, and I don't think anybody can catch him, except for her. So, we screwed that up. I guess I'm going to be hoping for second, and that Ariana can do something. She does have 3 intrigue cards and has 5 more troops to deploy, so if she can get to a space... Problem is she has no water. She can't get to either of these spaces. She can't get to that. She doesn't have the... she can't go here. Oh, crap. I don't think she can do it either. She doesn't have that. That doesn't give combat. She might be able to go there. If she has a card that lets her go in. Well, I can't win the fight now, so it doesn't matter. I can't get to 10. He's already at 10. What did he do to get the 10th? Oh, did he jump his influence? He didn't get it from there. Where did the 10th come from? I didn't see what he just did. What the hell? Hey, Memnon. Oh, he got the Fremen one. He got the Fremen point. Okay. Yeah, I see that. He got the Fremen point. So yeah, so it's already over. Nobody can get to 10 this round. Definitely not me. I didn't count on that one. Well played, Earl. You and your 2 actions. You learned us all. All right. Well, what shall we do? It's not going to make a difference. I've got 2 more placements, huh? I can't go to either of these. Everything else is taken. I have no water either. I do have the influence to go there, but I have no blue. So, you know, orange and green is it. Which means I can do what? These 2, and that's it? Yep. I guess I could sell some spice, but that doesn't do any good. We have 8. We have 8 of the 9 I would need for a spice must flow if I just, you know, passed my turn and ignored these guys. Yeah, can't get to the Diplo card. Even getting the Diplo card wouldn't save me because it would make me equal to him. He'd still hold the alliance. I'd have to get above him, so I'd need to increase by 2 places to take that point away from him. That's not going to happen. So, I see no way out of this. He didn't have to wait for enough influence, and he only has 3 cards, so he's not likely to generate enough for that one, so he'll just win the sneaky way. Alright, let's finish this out. So, gee, I guess I will go with my very big lack of choices. I guess we'll go here. That'll get us our 9th, so, I mean, we'll be first loser. He's going to win the victory there as well. Damn. Earl. Just wrecking everybody. And he's still got resources and intrigue cards. Yeah, that's absolutely a solid victory on the Earl's part. I think that's by far the best I've seen the AI play in the very limited number of games I've had so far. I still have an action. Really? I guess I can go get some... Well, no. I need all these in order to buy my token Spice Must Flow. So... We won't even bother using the last action. All I could get is a little bit of money out of it, which is irrelevant. As is buying the Spice Must Flow. But, you know, just to say we did it. Sandworms ahoy! We made it to 8. We could have gotten that done and won the fight. We would have had a chance. We would have tied, and then he... No. Technically, I had more spice, but, you know. Wishing ain't gonna make it so. The Worm Riders have arrived. He's up to 14. Alright, there you go. So he didn't win the fight. This is a pretty close one. Oh wait, Master Tactician just landed? She came in from way behind to win that. Holy crap. See, why bother with that one? I don't understand that one. I mean, the game's over, sure, but I doubt the computer accommodates that. But I don't know why she put the second one on. Well, they still had cards, so I guess that's why. But my understanding is, isn't it true that if you play a card, an intrigue card, everybody else has an opportunity to then play one of theirs or pass? So if one of the others had played to go up above her again, wouldn't she get another cycle to play that second card? Meaning she wasted the second one if nobody else went in over top of her? That's how I think it works. That's the way I hope it works, but I'm not certain. Alright, well, there we go. Starting off my Dune live streaming with a loss. Big fat L. That was a good fight. It was a good demonstration of the computer. Whoop, plans within plans were had. Oh, she didn't have any Spice Must Flow cards. Alright, we're first loser. So, that was, I don't feel bad about that. He got out early. We saw him getting out early. And, you know, he played it well. The AI, I mean, I am by no means an expert, so my current judgment is that the AI, and we're on medium AI, and again, I have to investigate what the difficulty levels for the AI. Does it actually make them smarter? I can't imagine it gives them any benefits. That would really throw the game out of whack. I really need to investigate how it handles the difficulty on the AI. But yeah, the AI plays pretty well. So, you know, I'm on normal, medium AI right now. Let's hit continue. Hit back, and then hit this button over here. Somebody triggered a big zombie dog. So let that play out. Let me switch off of kaiju zombie dog and do a little bit more of a regular zombie dog. Okay, well, there you have it. Dune Imperium. I really like this game. It's really, really well done. Good implementation, good graphics and sound. Interface does everything I want it to do currently. Eventually, I'll probably find something to nitpick about the interface, but I haven't run into any problems so far that are outside me just being a big dummy. So I'm always able to see the information I need to see when I need to see it, and it seems to be presented really well. So I like it a lot. I am going to continue playing it, whether you guys watch me or not. It's going to be on the channel because it's really cool. And like I said before, I really hope I can convince some of the channel regulars, the friends of the channel, the Vorm folks, to join me in some you know, human-on-human grappling action in the Dune Imperium universe. That would be fun. Those I'm not sure if I'll live stream or if we'll connect up on Discord for voice chat while we play, and I'll record it, but then I'll post it as a YouTube video separately. That way I don't have to have anybody have crisis of conscience and deciding whether or not to stream snipe me while I play. So, you know, I don't want to put that burden of morality on you guys if we do play. So we'll see. But I'm going to take a break right now, so that took a little longer than I expected. I had to do a lot of explaining at the beginning, so as I get more familiar with the game, and I'm not taking time out to explain everything, then we will, we'll move a lot faster. I think these games can be knocked out in an hour. That's my goal. I want to knock out these games in an hour. This one took 2.5, but again, I'm doing an awful lot of chatting and explaining and all that, so... I think it would be great if I can do a full run through in 1 hour or so, maybe a little longer. All right. Now, wait a minute. It's just a clip of a treat, not an actual treat. That is correct. It's an homage. It's a tribute to Zombie Dog. You know, had you found the Vormithrax channel 4 years ago, yes, you could have given Zombie Dog a treat live on the air. But no, unfortunately, Zombie Dog is no longer with us a couple years back. So now we use it just as a tribute for Zombie Dog. All right, I'm going to take off. I'll be back in probably a couple hours. I just need to get some lunch and do a few things around the house. I might play more Dune Imperium. I am greatly enjoying it and would love to play another session or two. I do need to do some follow-up on some of my other series, get caught back up. I haven't played them in a week or so, and I need to finish them, if nothing else. Give them a last run before we shuffle them back into the not played for a while pile.